back. Once again, adventurers, to Let's Play Chaos Child. In the last episode, Takuru and Serika had... well, they'd managed to reach their destination somewhat, but they ran into a bit of a snag with an automatic security door blocking their way, which meant, unless they could find a way around the door, they were pretty much, going to have to give up and come back the next day, or so it seemed, because either by the actions of a super hacker or by something even more ominous, my money's on the latter, for some reason the automatic door opened of its own accord, which gave Takuru and Serika the chance they've been looking for. And yet, things have once again taken a turn, for they've found the room that they've been searching for. The room supposedly at the heart of the sumo sticker mystery. I should also mention that I didn't, yeah. People will probably be saying that, well, Takuru's monologue obscured part of the website, which said that, this is where they were, and I apologize for that, but, yeah. Anyway, back to the, recapping of the previous episode. Takuru and Serika now find themselves in this room, a room that is scrawled from top to bottom with, scrawled, I should say, with very eerie renditions of the sumo sticker. Even more eerie because what you see before you is not paint. Do not be fooled. It is blood. Someone in here has been scrawling these on the walls. And on that subject of our mystery patient here in the Tokyo General Hospital, Takuru noticed a girl sitting in the corner, scratching on one of the walls. But for some reason, Serika did not. Things are once again starting to unravel with, along with Takuru's sanity here. Anyway, picking up from the end of the previous episode, I was standing in the middle of the hospital room, shaking and staring at drawings of the sumo sticker design on the walls. My hand was numbly lowered, and my smartphone was recording only my crotch. That's, yeah. Takuru started recording with his smartphone out of pure instinct and habit. But, yeah, that's not going to get you any awards. It depends what your definition of okay is in a situation such as this, Serika. Serika looked at me worried. The strange, mysterious ghost girl. Is she a ghost? A hallucination? I mean, sure, it's dark and creepy in this room, but even Serika would have been able to see a silhouette of someone else. But there was no one in the direction I was pointing. Yet we clearly saw her. We're not going crazy. And you're not going crazy either, adventurers. Just eerie pictures in an empty room. And because this is a private room, we don't actually know who was actually supposed to be kept in this place. It's too little too late for that, Serika. We're already scared.
じゃあ今のはただの妄想?
Perhaps not. Or maybe whoever drawn the bloody pictures on the wall was already dead. Yeah, they probably would be from the copious amounts of blood loss. But some trace of their spirit was bound into those paintings and trapped inside the room. No, that was way too paranormal for me. It was impossible. Let's just hope that these sumo stickers don't wake up, because if they do, that definitely would be creepy. But I couldn't get the image of the crouching girl I thought I'd seen out of my mind.
お前、行こう。ここは多分良くない。
Probably is definitely the understatement of the century there, Takuru. I'd also like to apologize for my commentary in the previous episodes, and by that I mean it's probably a bit more looser and somewhat more sillier than I'd originally intended. But things will definitely be back to normal from here on out. Yeah, and speaking of out, we should probably get out of here. I took Serika's hand and slowly started to walk backward, but then again, we actually have to get through the automatic door, and the nurses, and the probable security personnel wandering around. Yeah, let us leave. It felt like if I made a sound, all of the eyes of the sumos drawn on the wall would open and stare at me. That we do not need, and that we certainly do not want. Yeah, best to avoid that scenario, Takuru. I mean, sure, what happened in the caravan may or may not have been a delusion of your over-analyzing brain, but we do not want that phenomena happening here. We made it back to the door and jumped out into the hallway. But we're still not safe, or are we? I don't think so. Well, one crisis averted. Unfortunately, we didn't learn any useful information.
ちょっと来て、そっちはいいから。
Oh God.
先生にも連絡を。何かあったかもしれません。
Wait. Did we get caught? Are they talking about us? Or I could hear frantic voices down the hallway.
まずい。
Okay, we didn't get spotted yet. Time to get the hell out of Dodge. The hospital staff must have heard my scream. Oh my word. That is tragically unfortunate. They probably thought something had happened to a patient. They were going to find us. Not if we make ourselves scarce. Huh. Yeah, someone seems to be having fun opening locked doors for us. Did I just hear a sound from the emergency exit?
タク、ここ開いてるよ。
Yeah, funny that, and I don't mean the hilarious kind of funny. Serika jumped onto the door.
Huh?
Yeah, how very convenient that this would magically unlock for us.
早く。
But it's our only way out.
ああ。
all this a hunch, but I feel like we're still being led by the nose. In fact, who knows? Maybe Takuru has been led by the nose this whole time, and he just hasn't realized it yet.
どう？そっちは？異常なしです。何があったんでしょう？
I could faintly hear the voices of the nurses running back and forth across the hallway. Evidently, they hadn't found us.
助かったね。
I'm gonna have to call you back on that one, Serika. I could hear Serika take a sigh of relief in the darkness. Of course, there is also the matter of Kurusu's wrath once we actually make it out of here alive, but I was used to the light from my... sorry, let me read that again. I used the light from my phone to look around. We're on the landing of a staircase. These were probably the emergency stairs. I should hope so, given the fact that we went through an emergency exit door.
降りられそうだね。
Well, we're probably still going to have to go through the main lobby on the ground floor. Serika looked down, illuminating the stairs with her own phone.
なんで？なんで開いてたんだ？
That's a very good question.
非常口だからでしょ？
Serika didn't hear the unlocking of the door, though.
でも閉鎖病棟だぞ。
Yeah, it shouldn't be that easy for anyone just to wander around. Although, then again, we made it in here, so why not? If they were keeping the automatic door locked, there was no way they wouldn't lock the emergency exit. Logically speaking.
閉め忘れだ。
No, there is no forgetting about it.
Huh?
That explanation doesn't wash, I'm afraid. Did they? No. The answer is no. Could we really get that lucky? And I was sure I heard a sound. That we did.
タク、それより今はここから出ないと。
Well, that's a very good point. Serika pointed down the stairs.
ああ、そうだな。
Yeah, we need to make it out of the building. I used the light from my phone to look at the knob of the emergency door. Good. It was the type that opened from the inside. The other doors probably were too.
下へ降りて出口を探そう。
オッケー。タク、さっきの壁の絵。
Yeah, there were sumo stickers painted in blood. Serika was probably thinking the same thing I was. Was that where the creator of the sumo stickers was kept? Or someone who had something to do with the case? But in the end, I had no answer. There was a whole wall of sumo stickers drawn in someone's blood. That was the only information we had. Serika seemed to understand that as well, because she didn't ask any more questions.
よし、開いた。
Now comes the tricky part. I unlocked the door and quietly opened it, then peered down the hallway beyond. Oh dear. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. Yeah. Believe it or not, we've kind of seen these two people before. They were present when that mural of sumo stickers appeared on the wall of the underpass in Shibuya. Yeah. I ducked without even thinking. I placed my hand on the open door to support myself and then quickly yanked my body back inside toward the stairs. Why?
なんであの二人がここにいる
Yeah, that was the clue that Shinji discovered. There was no mistaking it. Yeah, these two people were caught on camera. Takuru's camera, no less. Those were the two that Ito had noticed in the club room this morning. Yeah, they're definitely connected, alright. Yeah. Looks like our paths are converging yet again. Serika stuck her head out just a little and saw them too. She dropped down. Yeah, they're not delusions. I put my hand over her mouth before she could finish. I know, so don't make any noise. Otherwise we'll be caught. Well, we're kind of caught already, but I mean by the hospital staff. Why were they here? Was there some connection between them and the sumo stickers after all? Possibly. I could hear footsteps. Theirs. Oh Jesus. They're probably aware that we're here. I couldn't move. They'd hear me. I think they know. I'm pretty sure they know. I froze and concentrated on what I was hearing. Good. They were heading further away. Oh. God damn it. Kurusu. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh, things are just going fantastic, aren't they?
まずいまずいマジでまずい
Yeah, this is the absolute example of ungood. Oh, they heard it. They were getting closer. Who were those two? What were they doing here?
やばいよ
Maybe. There was no maybe about it.
もしかして事件の犯人は
Maybe, but we can't guarantee maybes.
取り返しのつかないことになる可能性だってあるの
Yeah, the odds are stacked against us.
殺される
For a moment, I felt incredibly cold, like my whole body had gotten smaller. The hand I was holding against the door was slippery with sweat. My heart was pounding loudly, and it hurt to breathe. No. No. And they get closer. Suddenly my frozen body was yanked upward. Probably should get our phone back as well. I stumbled and tripped, then was yanked up again. Oh, we're gonna find the phone. We probably should pick up the phone. Just as Serika kicked open some kind of door and dragged me through, I saw them pick up my phone. No, my god. Oh.
もう大丈夫かな。
Once again, Serika, the answer to that is no, because they have the phone, which means they can get in touch with Kurusu and Shinji, not to mention access the information on said phone. Oh, we are as far from okay as we can be right now. I mean, things can be worse, but things could also be better.
少し休もう。
Yeah, unfortunately there is going to be no recovering the phone. I collapsed right on the ground. Well, we're outside. I wanted to catch my breath, but it wasn't working. My legs were shaking from exhaustion and my hands were shaking from the still lingering terror.
大丈夫だよ。追ってきてはないみたい。だから。
Yeah. Was all I could do to muster a feeble nod. I had no idea why, but my hands shaking made me really mad. I slammed them into the asphalt. Damn it. How? What were they doing there? And now they had my smartphone with all its data.
やっぱりきっと歴史シールと関係あるんだよ。あの二人。
In that they certainly do, Serika. Once again, we're at a complete disadvantage. It couldn't be a coincidence.
あれ、着信あったんだ。しんちゃん？もしもし、尾上です。どうしたの？
Ito probably once again reminding us of Kurusu's.
よし。
Yeah, irritation. My breathing had calmed down. I needed to get my thoughts in order. The phone had a lock on it. They wouldn't be able to do anything with it immediately. Unless they can hack it, in which case that will be a moot point. It was clear that the sumo stickers were involved somehow. In particular,
まだ事件が起こっていないのに壁一面に貼られた歴史シールが引っかかるな。
yeah. Come to think of it, Kurusu said she was going to take down the security camera. What happened with that?
タク。
Serika turned around, moving very slowly.
どうした？
What did that expression mean? Serika looked away from me for a moment, then back, as if afraid of something painful.
のんちゃんが刺された。
「 Oh dear. Things are just getting worse. Hello again, Yui.
タクル兄ちゃん。
And Yuto.
来るさあ。
She must have been stabbed while she was busy taking down the security camera. I mean, the streets aren't necessarily that safe, but all we can worry about now is her safety. Well, such as it is. Yui pointed toward the exam room in the back with a pained expression on her face. Damn it.
まさか。クルス！
Again is surprised to see you here of all places and of all people.
なんで？いや、クルスは。
静かにしなさい。一応病院なんだから。
At least she's okay. Was she okay?
タクル。
何？
靴脱ぎなさい。
え？あ、ごめん。
I'd forgotten to take them off when I came in, so I quickly yanked them off my feet.
僕。
何？
いや、その。
I could see a bandage through the gaps in her pajamas.
ああ、これ？
Kurusu lifted up her shirt just a little to show me her stomach. It was wrapped in a thick bandage.
13針。大したことない。
I would definitely say that being stabbed is bad. And Kawahara.
お前！
Everything's just peachy, isn't it? I felt a dull pain in my face. I collapsed to the ground and then he grabbed me by the shirt and lifted me back up.
ざけんなよ！お前、何してんだよ！
I would pose that question to you. You are not Nono Kurusu's protector, Kawahara. You're just a high school noble that pretty much thinks he can do whatever the hell he pleases.
ちょっと川原くん。
探偵ごっこがなんか知らねえけど、余計なことしてるからこんなことになんだろうが。 死んでてもおかしくなかったんだぞ。
Yeah. And what would have happened if we had gone to the security camera and taken it down ourselves? And ended up in her place? You know, would you be so considerate then? Or would you laugh at us and our pain?
川原くん。
I really do not like you, good sir. I know the feeling is mutual, but, well... He pushed me away violently. My face stung from the punch.
おう、青少年。世のビールはこれか。
Why do you have beer in a hospital? Oh, wait.
はい。他にもいろいろ入っているそうです。
And all of a sudden you are suddenly respectful towards Gen of all people.
ぶぅ。すまないな。
ゲンさん、ありがとうございました。川原くん、それゲンさんの家まで運ぶのを手伝ってもらえる？
いや、でも。
Karma is sweet, isn't it, Karahara?
お願い。
Bye! It is sweet.
あの。
Karahara glared at me for a minute, then picked up the cardboard box and left.
おう、タク。
ゲンさん、なんで。
Yeah.
ん？まあ、いろいろだな。
Yeah. Maybe you're an acquaintance with Sakuma. That wouldn't be surprising.
おう、嬢ちゃん。養生しろよ。
はい。ゲンさんも。相変わらずひょうひょうとしてる人ね。
That he is.
どうして。いや、じゃなくて。その、何があったんだ。大丈夫なのか。
Yeah, that is the important thing. Kurusu's hand slowly stretched down to the wound on her stomach.
助けられたの。通りかかったゲンさんに刺したやつを取り押さえてくれた。あなたが仕掛けたカメラ、正確には伊藤くん？
Yeah, it was Shinji who actually went out and put the camera up there. But yes, whoever stabbed Kurusu was most likely just a random person. Maybe.
それは。
まあいいね。とにかくカメラを外している時に妙なやつに声をかけられたの。
Or maybe not.
聖なる結界の場所でどうしたこうした意味がわからなかったけど。
Okay, correction. They're definitely involved. They're talking about Holy Barrier. they probably gonna be talking about the urban legend of the sumo stickers.
それでいきなり詰め寄られて。
And stabbed her.
まったくどこで売ってるのかしらね、ああいうナイフって。
Her voice was far more cheerful than I expected it to be. For some reason that made everything suddenly seem real. It's because it is. Kurusu had really been stabbed. And we really saw a ghost girl in a hospital room full of bloody sumo sticker paintings.
それでどうなったんだよ。
But she said the guy was caught by Gen.
殴って逃げたに決まってるでしょ。そこにゲンさんが通りかかって取り押さえて、で110番。
Well, at least that turned out for the best.
タクル？
傷は大丈夫なのか。
脇腹を軽く削ぐような傷だから内臓は無事。大丈夫。
I wouldn't well, never mind.
おや、宮代くん。来てたのか。久しぶりだな。
Yeah, 6 months, and also someone new.
ああ。
Assistant or colleague, perhaps.
お、玄ちゃんと川原少年はどうした？
帰ってもらったの。
Yeah, they're gone.
例のお土産は？
渡しました。川原くんに頼んだから。
Yeah, I had a feeling Gen and Sakuma were drinking buddies. I see, Dad said as he scratched his head. Yeah, Kurusu is still Kurusu. It really had been a while since I'd seen his face, not since I'd left the dorm.
佐久間さん、私はこれで。ああ、そうでしたね。この度は喉がすいませんでした。
Pretty sure she's not the one who caused the trouble in the first place.
いいえ、クルス君にはいつもお世話になっているので。じゃあクルス君、お大事にね。
ありがとうございます。ご迷惑おかけしました。
And so he goes.
と、そうだ。宮代君もいるならちょうどいいか。
What does he mean by that? The teacher turned around and scratched his head along in the same way my dad did. Oh, sorry, he was the guy from before. I completely forgot about him. Yeah.
ちょっと言いづらいんだけど、それにまあ君たちが完全に悪いってわけでもないんだけど。
Has something happened at the academy?
おそらく新聞部は活動を自粛してもらうことになると思う。こんなことが起きちゃった以上は。
Well, there was always that possibility of a club shutdown looming overhead. I nodded weakly. It didn't seem like there was anything else I could do.
まあね、これもいい教訓だと思って。いや失礼かな。つまりね。
Yeah. Maybe the police are forcing a shutdown because of our involvement on the case, or maybe not.
先生。
There's Kurusu's tsundere tone again.
はい。
お疲れ様でした。
That did not sound at all like a compliment. Kurusu made a motion to shoo him away.
はい。
Yeah. Kurusu suddenly sighed.
はあ、疲れた。
Be surprised if you weren't.
お前、教師からも怖がられてんのか。
That they are.
違います。あの先生はいつもあんな感じなの。父さん、やっぱり上で休む。
大丈夫か？明日の診察までは寝てていいぞ。
痛み少しだけど引いてきたから。自分のベッドの方が楽。
ん？運ばれた病院で薬何もらったんだ？
ファロとロキ。少し多めに飲んだの。あげませんからね。
バカか。たく。もし熱が出たらすぐ言えよ。
Maybe that wound is taking a slight more of a toll than she's letting on. Kurusu slowly got up. I could see her holding herself up with her hands to avoid putting pressure on her stomach.
クルス、ごめん、僕が。
タクル、あなた今日泊まっていきなさい。
Don't think she's giving us a choice there. I knew her wounds had hurt, but she was acting completely normal. That just made me feel even more depressed. I said yes in a voice so small even I could barely hear it.
.大丈夫よ。そんなにじっと見てなくても。
あ、いや。
Kurusu slowly lay down on the bed. I told her I would help her get to the third floor, but she said it would just make it harder for her to walk. At least I could bring the blanket all the way up to her shoulders.
ありがとう。やっぱり違和感あるわね。看病される側って慣れてないの。あ、ちゃんと冷やしときなさいよ。
Kurusu pointed to my cheek. Thanks, Kawahara. She must have been talking about where Kawahara hit me, of course.
こんな時まで他人の心配するなよ。
I'm pretty sure Kurusu would say the same thing about you, Takuru. And it was my fault that this had happened.
あなたね、言っておくけど。
Kurusu tried to raise her head up, but her wound must have hurt her, because she grimaced and lay back down.
あなたのせいじゃないからね。刺されたのはあくまで私の責任。
An odd way of
でも
phrasing it.
僕がカメラなんて仕掛けなければ。
それは確かに褒められたことじゃないけど、でも予想できたことじゃないでしょ。
True, but it could have been something we should have anticipated. That was true, but...
ああ、カメラは返しておく。ユイがその辺に置いてくれてない？
Maybe we got some good data from it after all. Of course, we'd have to check the camera to find out. I looked around the room and saw that there was a paper bag on the desk. The camera I'd had Ito set up was inside. Yeah. This won't make up for the fact that we lost our phone, but there was some damage on the corner. It must have been dropped when she was stabbed.
どんなやつだったんだよ、その犯人。
暗くてよく見えなかったけど、2、30歳くらいの男。ごめん、電気消してくれる？仰向けに寝てると眩しい。
ああ。
We should probably leave her be for the time being. I turned off the lights. Kurusu sighed to calm herself down.
ゲンさんに取り押さえられて、警官が来るまでわめき散らしてた。俺のネットの継承に気づかないお前たちごときがとか、犠牲者の聖なる使いの俺に触れるなとかね。
Yeah. Cryptic.
Huh?
I suddenly realized that reminded me of something. It was the same with that stuff about a barrier that Kurusu was saying downstairs. Could he be... We're on the right track.
ページの管理人？
Yeah.
詳しくは明日警察の人が来ていくつか聞くことがあるって言ってたから、その時わかるとは思うけど。
That's a good idea. It felt like her voice was shaking a little.
クルス？
She put up a brave face in front of her father and the others, but...
なんでもない。大丈夫。
That's somewhat debatable. It was too dark to see clearly, but I could tell she had her hand on her face. I finally realized that she was holding back tears. I swore at myself. Of course she was, damn it. She'd been stabbed in the stomach. Of course she was scared. At least she's alive. Neither of us said anything for a while. I couldn't bring myself to say another word. Nothing I said would be right, and it felt like it would hurt her. I couldn't see her face. I didn't know if she was crying. But even if she wasn't crying, she may have as well have been.
Takuru?
I don't know how long I was silent. My eyes had finally gotten used to the dark by the time she whispered.
言うとね、ラブレターもらったんですって。今野さん、覚えてる？
I didn't. I tried to remember, but maybe she wasn't expecting an answer. It was a long time ago.
5年生の時から同じクラスの。一度、優斗が休んだ時にプリントを持ってきてくれたメガネをかけた子。それをクラスの男の子にからかわれたらしくて、それでユイが。
And then she started to go on, in a quiet voice. She told me that Dad had been busy lately, that he was being obnoxious as ever, that she'd ordered him to stop drinking for a week today. That would be Sakuma. That Yui was still afraid of men, but that she made friends with a boy in her class. That Yuta wasn't getting any taller. He said it didn't bother him, but it obviously did. That the air conditioner in the living room wasn't working well, and she and Yui had cut Dad's allowance to buy a new one. That the two of them were saving up their own allowance too. That the old woman who was a regular at Aoba Clinic, the one who had taught Kurusu how to sew, wasn't doing so well lately. That she mixed up a clothes hanger with a clothespin and one of the patients had laughed at her. You know, ordinary gossip. I listened to her for a long time, only speaking occasionally. Her voice gradually got softer, and I eventually realized she was talking in her sleep. And I realized something.
そうか。
Kurusu was telling me everything that had happened here in the half year I'd been gone. What had happened at home. What Dad and Yui and Yuto had been up to. She'd been saying all this stuff because she wanted me to know. Well, now you do.
それでね。
And she's fallen asleep. Think it's time to say goodnight. As I waited for her to finish her sentence, I could hear her soft breathing. She'd fallen asleep. I slowly stood up, careful not to make a sound. I adjusted the blanket over her once more and went to leave.
タクル。事件を追うのは。
She was probably talking in her sleep. I heard the rest as I left the room, and I understood what she was saying all too well. My room hadn't changed at all since I'd left half a year ago. It still had the same shelves, the same desk, and the same bed. Everything was as I remembered it.
本当にびっくりするくらい何も変わってないな。
Oh, that's all thanks to Yui and Kurusu. I figured it would either have been turned into a storage room or be covered in dust. But no, it's still here.
そっか、スマホは。
Yeah, that little problem. Or big problem, I should say. I checked my pockets for my phone, only to realize that I dropped it at the hospital. Don't you mean remember? And that those two weird people had picked it up. I couldn't do it. I tried to remember what happened at the hospital, but instead I found myself thinking about the girl in the next room. The one that you could see but Serika could not. My body was tired. My brain was telling me I needed to think about everything that had happened tonight, but I felt too exhausted. So I took out the scrapbook from its usual spot on the shelf. Old habits truly do die hard. The same articles, the same incidents from the past. I'd seen them so many times I was tired of reading about them. And I think that is going to be a good time to cut this episode off. So when we return, adventurers, we shall see Takuru's thoughts on the copious amounts of newspaper articles that he's collected in his scrapbook memoirs. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.